Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Vivian from ThePaperLetterBlog, also known as the Chatty Penpal channel, and today I have a super fun Penpal tutorial for you. We are going to make that little project that I just showed a sneak peek of out of a junk mail envelope. Now I'm just showing you some clips to say hello and to show you that I was crafting this on a super duper rainy day, watching some Netflix shows and just kind of chilling and feeling good. I have to admit those kind of crafty days are kind of rare nowadays. I don't craft all that much. I simply don't have the energy or I simply don't feel like it. I'm still trying to find my balance, but this was a perfect crafty day and this project came together quite nicely and easily, and you know, sometimes I worry that I'm losing my creativity, and then one of these days just shows me that hey, I'm still there. I'm first showing you some of the supplies I'm going to be using. This is the Marigold collection from Maggie Holmes that was kindly sent to me by Craftbird. I am a brand representative for Craftbird, which means that they send me awesome goodies in return for me sharing projects that I make with them. I'm not sponsored to say anything or do anything. It's just absolutely, it's really fun because I would have purchased this myself probably. What I was showing you also is me trying to decide which papers I was going to use, because I knew that I needed 2 sort of busy prints and 1 calmer background print, and I was doubting of using the pink paper, and then I asked my patrons and they chose this mustardy yellow instead, like unanimously almost they chose the yellow one, so I decided to try it out, and I have to admit they were right. This was a way better choice than the pink ones I wanted to choose. Okay, so I'm going to be using a medium-sized envelope. Mine has a window, but you don't need that window, and if you want a window you can also make that later. You could also use a smaller envelope or a bigger, it doesn't really matter. And as you can see, the only thing I'm doing is I'm folding over a smaller flap to create our front flap, and that's it. That's the base of our project. What I'm doing here is a little bit difficult to see because I'm of course covering it up with my head, but I'm just basically cutting a little piece of paper away from the inner spine. This is just so that it's easier to fold. As you can see, it's closing, the flap closes easier now than with the paper because you simply take away one of the layers. I only wanted to do this for easy folding, but my original idea was to make the pockets open from the top, and I forgot about that, so I didn't cut the top open, and then I already covered it up with paper. When I realized, of course, I can also make my pockets accessible from the slit we just cut. It will all make sense in a second, I promise you, but I ended up making the pockets open from the middle, which is a little bit weird, but I think it actually works. So the next thing I'm doing is I am creating 3 different panels. I decided to go with a busy print on the front of the flipbook, then a calmer print, which is the yellow one, on the right panel, because it shows both on the inside as well as when the flipbook is closed, and then again a busier print on the inside. I usually do not combine 2 busy prints, but since you know you can only see the one of the prints when it's closed and you can only see the other one when it's opened, it doesn't really matter. So I cut the panels to cover up the envelope to size, and what I'm doing here is I am actually distressing it. I have this tool, I do not know what it's called. I got it from Craftelier, but it's originally meant to cut thread, but you can use it, I'm using it obviously to distress the edges of the paper. It gives kind of a torn paper look, which I love. It doesn't look as neat and tidy as when you normally cut it. And then the second thing I'm doing is I'm using some Distress Oxide, which is an ink, to give all of the panels, the edges of the panels, the same tea brownish look, as you can see. Obviously you can skip this step if you like, but I kind of like it for the cohesiveness, and also because when you distress the paper, a little bit of that white from the inside of the paper is showing, and I'm just covering that up with some ink. The next thing I'm doing is I'm covering up the panel. I'm covering up the window with a panel. So I decided to die cut these stamp shapes out so that you have like a fun little gap for our window. Of course, you don't have to use stamps. You can use you can make any type of window you like. You can leave the window out if you like. I mean, this project also works without a window. And then, of course, because I have the window, I realized you are also going to be seeing the inside of this pocket. And I didn't really like it. It was like a muddy blue, and I just cut a piece of paper. The paper pad is from Bloom, Maggie Holmes Bloom. It's different, but I thought it matched quite nicely. And I just chose a paper that says hello in this beautiful print. And then later on I realized that I could have just used a bigger paper, because of course when you open the pocket from the side you also see the inside paper, but I'm going to cover that later. It's mistake after mistake in this project, but that's okay because the end result is really, really fun. What I'm doing now is I'm also distressing, like using the same ink to cover up the inside, the envelope paper a little bit. This is harder because it's such cheap, bad quality paper. It doesn't work as well, but what I'm just doing is I'm making sure you do not see the white from the envelope anymore, because I don't like that and I want it to be kind of a cohesive look. This is the simplest step, we just glue. As you might be able to tell, I made the panels just slightly smaller than the envelope so that you can still see the envelope. I don't know why, but I kind of like that look. But of course, feel free to make the panels the exact same size as your envelope. If you do that, then you don't have to do the distressing either. Because I cut the spine, I accidentally damaged the back of the spine as well. So I'm just covering that up with some washi tape to make it, to like reinforce it a little bit. Nothing too special there. Now while I'm gluing, let me explain what or why I'm doing this. What you can see here is another piece of junk mail, which is like a coupon card. It just has a coupon code on it. I'm not gonna name the brand because I don't want to promote them, but it's just a simple credit card size coupon, I suppose, and it was quite sturdy, so I wanted to reuse it and turn it into a washi sample. So all I did is I painted it a couple times and then I spritzed it with some of that beautiful Distress Oxide spray called Spun Sugar. So it has little really delicate little pink dots, like little splatters, I suppose, and then I let that dry with some matte like cover, I forgot what it's called, a cover, and then I'm gonna use that as a washi tape sample. But like I said, the reason why I'm reusing junk mail is because it's a part of our craft club challenge over on Patreon. We do a monthly challenge, and this time it's to repurpose or do something with junk mail. And of course, if you do not receive junk mail, because some of us are lucky enough to not receive junk mail, then of course you can also reuse regular envelopes. I suppose. It's just, the idea is to look at something that we normally throw away and turn it into something really, really fun. And it doesn't have to be, well, recycling or upcycling or repurposing often has quite a negative ring to it. Like, it's not really sexy or anything. And I'm trying to show you with this project that it can actually be really, really cool and look, just be special and not look like junk anymore. So really quickly, what I'm doing in the background is I just cut a paper to size to cover up the inside of the pocket, just so that when you open the pocket you see pretty pink plaid paper instead of that ugly blue, so it looks a little bit neater. This video is sped up quite a lot because I filmed for a very long time, because I also struggled with little things like making the inside of the envelope, inside of the pocket. It took me like 5 minutes to place the paper in the right space, so I had to speed it up quite a bit. I don't know, I thought that the longer my videos are, the less people click on them. So I thought I'd try to find a perfect middle ground. What I'm doing here is something really cool. I've never had anything like this before, but Craftbird also sent me like Petal Washi. So it's like all of the different elements of the flower, because Maggie Holmes, the designer of this collection, is very well known for all of her beautiful florals. And then you have all of the elements of the flower and you layer them together to turn into a flower. It's like what stickers of all of the leaves, and I was a little bit skeptical, but it looks quite good. And then as you can see here, they also sent me the floral die cuts, which I'm so grateful for, because I can never get my hands on a set of floral die cuts. They're always the first ones to sell out because they're so pretty. And what I did as well is I printed a digital collection of I printed the digital images of Marigold as well. You can purchase them through AC Digitals. I tried to show you that the quality is not the same. Like, I have the actual die cuts now, and compared to the ones I fussy cut by hand, of course, the real ones win by a long shot. But because it's often difficult to get your hands on the die cuts, it's a good option to print them and cut them yourself. And because I knew that it would be hard for me to use the pretty floral, so if I print some myself, then I have a little backup stash. What I'm doing now is I'm, of course, sorry for my hair the whole time. I was really in the zone. I am going to cover up the front, or decorate the front a little bit, because I knew that I didn't want to cover it up completely, because I love that pear paper. It's so pretty. And the difficult thing with this Marigold paper pad that I have is that it's 48 different papers. So if I use the pear paper, it's gone. And that's a challenge for me. It's really a good challenge as well, because I'm finally learning to not worry and immediately go for my favorite ones instead of saving the best for last. This is a recurring theme. If you heard me talk about this before, it's because I talk about this a lot. I save the best for last pretty much always. But I'm so sorry for my hair. I don't know. I was getting better at it, and now I guess I'm in the zone. I just forget that I'm filming. You saw me wave my hands around really frantically, and that was because I didn't know what to do with the front. Like, I was trying to find a balance of decorating it but not covering up the front. And in the end, I found this dark green tag that I loved, and I realized that I wanted to use that and embellish that a little bit so that you have a focal point with some die cuts and embellishments. But I also didn't cover up the front with the pretty pears. I also have a Maggie Holmes sticker book. I've had that for years and years. I was saving it for some good moment, I suppose. And I used these little golden stickers to say hello. Because this is going to be a giveaway. Have I told you this already? I don't think so. But this project doesn't have a receiver yet, because it's going to be a giveaway over on Patreon. So I didn't have someone's name. Otherwise, I would have, of course, put the name of the receiver on the front. But because this doesn't have a receiver yet, so I just put hello. Yeah, let me quickly explain. I have a Patreon account, and every once in a while I do a giveaway. Yeah, I try to not worry about it too much, because it's supposed to be fun for everyone, including myself. But I thought that because this project is so related to the Craft Club Challenge, I am going to give this away to hopefully inspire one of the patrons a little bit more. This month's challenge is, of course, the one related to junk mail, so who better to send it to than one of them? So if you're a patron and you are in the member tier, I have 2 tiers, a sneak peek and a member tier, then go over to Patreon to join. You don't have to do anything special, just being there is enough. All you have to do is leave a little comment. I don't know yet the specifics, but it's just going to be a little comment, and then I will announce the winner in a little bit. More information over on Patreon. Like I said, what I've been doing in the background is I have that eyelet setter. I'm just going to call it an eyelet setter. I'm sorry, I can't get used to the word crocodile. I have an eyelet setter and some eyelets from Craftelier as well, if I remember correctly. And I just created a closure. All I did is I just punched an eyelet through the one flap, and then I have some string to tie around the project. Then I didn't show my wax sealing process because I literally the last video I uploaded was a wax sealing video as well. So if you would like to see me do some wax sealing, you can check out those videos. That might be easier. But what I did, as you can see, is I created these wax seals to match my project. Like I mixed colors. I mixed different colors of wax until it matched the colors of the project. And I have to admit, I do this more often. But never have I been as pleased as I was this time. I'm sorry for the pat on my shoulder. Like I'm patting myself on the shoulder, but for example, the blue one in the top left is like the exact same color as the ribbon I'm using, or the thread I'm using to close the flip. Like I was so pleased. This was, I don't know, it's not like I'm complimenting myself, but this was just very satisfying to have the exact same colors. So yeah, and I have that little die cut that says from the heart, and I absolutely love that soft pink. It again, I matched 2 of the wax seals to that soft pink as well. So I knew I had to use it somehow. I just didn't know how to use it. I struggled quite a lot because I already had that window up at the top of the right panel. And then I had the flower in the bottom right, and it didn't leave me a whole lot of space to figure out what I wanted to do for decorating. But I figured it out in the end, is what I'm trying to say. So I struggled a lot with this, but in the end, I am super pleased. Don't know about you. Okay, I'm probably forgetting half, but yeah. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm trying to talk you through every part of the process. As you might realize, I don't think I even mentioned that, but I actually flipped the envelope upside down because the window was originally in the bottom left to have like my address, and I flipped it upside down so that it's in the top right now. I just thought that made more sense. But you know, you can use this any way you like. You can also have it flip up or flip down, or it doesn't matter. It's just the base of the Flipbook. I don't know, I just really liked it. I'm talking nonsense, aren't I? What I did in the meantime is I used some Nuvo drops to add little accents here and there, and then I made a washi tape sample with matching washi tapes. I got those from Chris a while back, and I felt like I had to include a sample to match the meal. And then I'm also going to write a letter. Of course, I can't do that yet because I haven't picked a winner yet. There's no giveaway yet. So I'm going to be writing a letter, and then I was trying to come up with some new goodie ideas, and I realized I have a lot of those oddly shaped cards, such as little house and floral ones. I absolutely love them. So I picked a large butterfly card and one of those houses with flowers. I hope that makes sense. And then the next thing is I'm going to repurpose a gift bag someone sent me and put some random goodies in. I love making little magpie bags because you can just include all sorts of things that you are currently loving. And I knew that I wanted to share some of these with my patrons. I'm including labels because duh, I love labels. I'm also including some tickets and some washi dots because I use a lot of them, washi stickers, some of those vintage cookie cards, some actual vintage tickets. If you ever receive actual vintage tickets from me, then you should feel special because I've had that set of tickets for about a year and a half now, and I've probably only used 10 because they're so precious. I'm kind of afraid to use them. And then as you can see, I'm just adding more random things to the bunch, such as stickers and punched out words, stuff like that. So I'm just adding all of that to the bag. I'm also going to be adding one extra special thing, which is my very own Craft Club stickers that were made for me by Pick Your Mix. I commissioned her to make my original logo stickers that you also see over on Patreon. So it's like a little wax seal sticker and a little envelope with a wax seal as well. So of course I added some in there because this is a Craft Club giveaway. Had to include a couple. And that's it. That's all you have to do. You just decorate an old envelope and turn it into this, if I may say so, awesome project. Don't worry, you will also get a short, slower clip because this is still going quite fast because I ended up adding one more thing to the mix. In the end, I have from Craftbird as well, they added this little bag of sequins in there, and in the bag of sequins is this please tell me where I can find more lovely butterfly charm. Is it a charm? I think it's called a charm, and it has the same soft pink color as the project has in certain elements, the same soft pink color, so it's like the perfect match. I feel like I need more. I also have a white one, but I feel like I need more, and then I also feel like I shouldn't purchase more because I already have plenty of stuff, but I don't know. I do want to purchase more, so if anyone knows where to find these, do let me know. It's too tempting not to. So that is why I said you will also get a slower clip, because like I said, I added one more thing, which is that little charm. I just felt that that was the perfect finishing touch. I wanted to clarify that, of course, I said a couple of times this is an awesome project. I'm not usually one to toot my own horn. I love that expression, toot my own horn. I'm not usually one to be so overly enthusiastic about my own projects, but as you may know, I'm just very passionate about being eco-friendly, kind of sustainable, and to turn something that is actually trash into something that I would love to receive. It just makes me very happy. So if you're watching this and you are inspired to make your own, please do use the hashtag ThePaperLetterBlog over on Instagram. Anyone can join this challenge. You don't have to be a part of my Patreon, although of course it would be kind of cool if you were a part of my Patreon. But if it encourages being sustainable, then I'm open to all of you joining, of course. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, leave a comment down below. Let me know, do you guys still receive a lot of junk mail? And do you repurpose it? I would love to know, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Okay, bye!